Of the convention this year. This is my co-chair, and this is the chair of the board of directors. Down here is the hotel liaison and also on the board of directors. Down here is Zodiac. He is the fursuit lead and not on the board of directors. Our chairperson, our co-chair is on the board of directors. Angel is in charge of art show. Kay is in charge of operations. Ravenwood's in charge of security. Affinity is in charge of registration. Rex is in charge of theatrical. Dave, in the hat, Forest Paw is in charge of dealers, Stand Up Loyal is in charge of IT, and who else we got here? Shirako is in charge of gaming, and just to make sure we get everybody mentioned. Oh, Fox Cutter, I didn't even see you there. Fox Cutter is in charge of writing, and just to make sure we get everybody mentioned, we have Dave, who's on security, James, who we can't tell you what he does, but he does something very important for the convention. Tuxedo Kitty is on art show, and Spuds is on theatrical. There are other staff members, of course, but that's everybody I see in the room right now. Photographer Slash is in charge of photography. Ari is the treasurer for the board of directors. Oh, Shirako's on the board too. Yeah, sorry. Seti's in the back. Seti, stand up somewhere. Where are you? Everybody point at Seti. There you are. He is standing up. Don't. And Jesse is in the bowler hat. I don't even see it. That's fine. I'm perfect. Is that cover introductions? All right. So any other so you were asking if the chair was here. Did you have any comments or questions for the chair?
No, I just had some different plans and stuff I could help with for next year, I guess. But that's more personal questions.
Please, and for those of you who didn't come here earlier, if you'd like a written survey, please fill out a written survey. We can get back to you if you put your contact information on the back. That really helps us out keeping notes of this sort of stuff, because we're having somebody take notes, but it also helps to have it written. He's just taking one there. I had 30. Please only take one if you're actually going to give one back, because... And we will try to open up comments online. Rex, can you make a forum thread for the Scritch&Bi on the forum? Yeah. Our online forums will have a comments area for you. So, any other?
You come back.
We can go print more. Can you use my laptop to print more and write?
Pass them around.
It should be open on one of the worktops.
Pass them around.
Print out another 30 or 40. All right, so sorry, got a little sidetracked there, and I'm friendless for that. Let's go on to, is there any last questions or comments, suggestions, or praises for registration this year?
Are you going to have to pre-register again for next year? Is that going to get a permanent change now on the whole pre-register process?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
However, this year or next year, if you pre-register and don't pay before the convention, your registrations will most likely be deleted just before the con. This year, we sort of let some people sneak by with a little bit of a discount if they pre-registered before the con and then showed up and paid. At the back end.
I already told you, but I absolutely love the setup for registration. For what room they had, that was run very smoothly. Kudos.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. One of the issues that we know that we had with registration was finding it. I'm glad to see that at least X number of people, I don't know how many we have yet, but X number of people will know where it is. It'll be in the exact same location next year for technical reasons. How many people had trouble finding registration? It's not too bad.
There's more the room than registration.
If I could ask you, leave your hands up for a second. How many people came in on Friday of you? No, only people had trouble finding it, just out of curiosity. Okay, how about Saturday? Okay, that makes sense, because on Friday we had an issue with hotel was removing signs from certain areas because of this, well, they weren't told that they were allowed to be there, so that's probably why you got trouble, and we do apologize for that.
Anybody who, how do I ask this question? I want to find out what the line length was. Did anybody wait more than an hour to register at any time?
I can tell you how long the line reached max.
Okay.
Max, it didn't go any farther than the shadow left by the roof of the building in that concrete area in front of the doors. Never got any longer.
Did anybody wait longer than a half hour? 20 minutes? No, that was bad.
I've been waiting since last year.
So, you know what? I'm going to have to ask for a round of applause for Affinity. How many conventions do you know have this many people and no line?
You know, further confusion could actually take a lesson from you.
I can't take credit. If it wasn't for the system that trapped that.
Okay, the two of you then.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
What's the attendance?
We're going to save that to closing ceremonies. But it's awesome. And even he does it. Yeah, there's people to you on the staff who on the board. It's awesome. Security is next up. Do we have any security issues and praises? All right, Samwise, who's been jumping up and down there.
Okay.
Please come to the alley if you're going to speak. It might be easier, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Samwise, as obviously as Trevor knows. First off, I don't know if you covered this before because I ducked out briefly, but I want everyone in the room to give them a huge round of applause. This was a huge success. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. Really thanks to the security staff there. We had a bunch of really great guys that came through like gangbusters for us. So really, we couldn't have done the security without the kind of staff that we had today. And over the weekend.
Well, I was speaking not just about security, but the whole convention. But I do have an issue.
I can't help but think that we should make a note about the huge success.
You can feel free to hit him later, Sam.
Oh yeah, we'll go then. Okay, but my only concern was that I noticed there were a lot of people that were not with the convention that were letting themselves into convention spaces, and you know, while I don't mind, you know, people from the public coming in and seeing about us, I really would have liked them to have, you know, some kind of regulation or escorting, especially since when I approached one of the members of the security staff about it, they basically dismissed me. Now,
Okay. Just to get that, so we had a number of dealers that were unable to get badges, and so they've already been approved by dealers for access to the dealer's room.
These weren't dealers, I promise you. I know all the dealers.
Like, okay, there were some individuals who worked with our charity that were also unable to get badges in time. They also give access.
Which space was it?
Yeah, which space in particular we're talking about?
Well, specifically the big problem I had was with the headless lounge. There were a lot of people letting themselves in there. I was a handler for a couple of suits, so you know, I felt awkward being in there myself, but I had a badge. You know, and there were other places.
We'll see what we can do about having more isolation for that, for privacy. Simply because of its location, it's in a high traffic area, so it makes it difficult for convention.
Would you recommend that we have a badge check on first round?
Yes, I would very much recommend that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we'll consider it for next year. I can't promise anything.
The only issue with that, just keep in mind, if we do that, it means every fursuiter has to wear their badge at all times. And there's a lot of fursuiters who don't do that, and we're going to create a lot of negativity. So
We are going to have fursuit badges, though.
We're going to try.
Yeah, we're going to try to have fursuit badges. Those of you who are fursuiters, hands up for approving fursuit badge checking on the fursuit line. Okay.
I wore my badge. Those opposed?
Yeah, those opposed? Okay, then we'll do our best to have that next year. Well, no, to be honest, in the end, we shouldn't be letting even fursuiters in there without a badge. It's a convention area, and you should be having your badge in